fire Edward.
Darling.
Now, look, don't defend him, please. He nearly got... Where is everybody? Alex, I want you to fire Edward.
Darling.
Now, look, don't defend him, please. He nearly got you killed letting Elliott have free run of the yacht in St. Croix. And now he's not even here.
Nobody is.
Oh, don't tell me they've deserted you just because there's a little danger.
I gave the whole crew shore leave.
What?
Well, last night, after you went to Rita's wedding, I didn't want you worrying.
So you waited until I was gone to expose yourself to God knows what. And alone? Alex, I won't have it.
I wasn't alone. Shelley was here.
Oh, that's worse. You think you were safe with her? And what did that girl mean serving you champagne? She knows you're still recuperating. I'm sure Kevin would never have allowed it.
Should I fire her, too?
Alex, this is not a joke. Am I the only one with sense enough to be afraid?
Darling, I'm sorry. I hate to have you involved in this. I'd give anything for this to be over. But now, after we trap Elliott...
Look, don't you see, darling? That's why I'm so upset. You're assuming Elliott is easily fooled. Well, you underestimate him. You have from the first.
Perhaps I didn't, but now I know he's cunning.
Oh, more than that. He's brilliant. Too brilliant. His intellect goes far beyond his feelings, and something's gone terribly wrong with those feelings. They are twisted and sick. But you and Ryan see him as an ordinary man susceptible to the pressures of fear and guilt. You can't manipulate him, Alex. Now, if you try, you'll find that he has twisted himself out of your trap and that you're the one who's trapped. You just won't understand, will you? Oh.
What would you have me do?
You call Ryan. You tell him you have reconsidered the plan you made last night and cancel it. Please, Alex. Please. Please, Alex. You don't know what you're doing. I'm so afraid for you. So afraid.
Texas, starring Beverly McKenzie.
Iris.
I'm all right now.
I've never seen you like this.
My anger.
No, not only that. Your driving will, the force in it, the cutting edge.
Well, I suppose our honeymoon is over.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I do. You're 1,000 women. Each more complex than the rest. And all of them endlessly fascinating.
Then one of those women is very like Elliott. No. Don't tell me it isn't so. It's what Elliott told me in the restaurant on St. Croix. That we are bound together. That we are alike. And to a certain extent, it's true. I hate it, but it's true.
No.
Darling, I'm sorry. But I've committed the same sins as Elliott. Pride of intellect, arrogance. I've let myself use people, manipulate them.
For what you thought was their own good.
Elliott's motives are not so different. He thinks his love for Dennis justifies everything.
Whatever you've done, you could not have gone so far as Elliott.
No. I pulled back, always. But Elliott, oh, he frightens me. You didn't hear him. You don't know how twisted he's become. He wants to take your place, Alex. He wanted me to go to his room with him.
On St. Croix?
Yes. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. I'm sorry. It's just he was wild, possessed. If Shelley hadn't come in...
I'll kill him.
Oh, Alex, no. I mean, he didn't try to force me. At least not physically. But I felt as though I were caught in some great force, a whirlpool dragging me over the edge, down and down.
Not so far down as Elliott. Way down. He frightened you.
Alex, let's leave. We can go away. Let Elliott have Houston. Let him rot here. We'll go to Saint-Tropez, where we met. We'll buy a villa there overlooking the Mediterranean and hide ourselves away. No one else will ever find us.
Iris.
Not Elliott, not anyone. It's for the best, Alex. Don't you see?
What about Dennis?
Well, we'll take him with us.
You know he won't come.
Well, then kidnap him like you did me.
No.
Alex, would you deny me this?
Yes. I will not leave my son to be influenced by Elliott. And I won't run. No, that's wrong. We won't run.
Elliott wants all that you have, Alex. All the things he thinks you took away from him. If he finds out you're alive, he won't rest until one of you is dead.
So be it.
He nearly killed you once. The next time.
The next time, Ryan and I will be ready. We have to go through with this plan.
This plan. Every time you say that, I get a terrible cold feeling. As though someone were walking across my grave. Our graves.
Max? Max?
Hey. What, honey?
Oh, honey, it's the middle of the night.
Middle of the night? What kind of a sleepyhead did I marry anyway?
One who isn't willing to go pitch in a tent until the sun comes up.
Oh, well, the sun is up. Well, almost up anyway. Come on, I got a real exciting morning planned for us.
That's what you say. Well, at least you're not dressed and ready to go fishing.
Well, how observant of you. No, I'm not. But it's a little too late to go fishing this morning. We'll have to get an earlier start tomorrow.
I don't believe you. I mean, this is our honeymoon, okay? And all you want to do is just jump out of bed on me.
Well, no, Mrs. Dicker, let's not fuss and fight on our first morning together about what time we're going to get up.
Okay.
Okay.
We won't get up.
Oh, wait a minute now, Rina. Now, hey, got a barrel lock on me now. Now, let's talk about this. I'm getting up at 6 o'clock every morning of my life. I got early chores to do. Can't just, tell the horses I decided to sleep in late.
Max? I never get up before 10 if I can help it.
Well, honey, all that's going to have to change.
Why? You don't want me to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and make you breakfast now, do you? You do?
Well, it's not just breakfast. I mean, if you don't get up early, well, that's the best part of the day.
Yeah. What part? Watching the sun come up.
Well, that, and, I was thinking of, something else, too. Oh, I love you, honey. Sam! Morning!
Nothing good about it. The wind's shifting like a race car driver, and we all know how consistent they are.
If you're talking about last night,
Oh, he remembers. Congratulate yourself, Sam. It takes more than 12 hours to erase you from Justin's memory. More like 24.
I'm sorry, Sam. I really am. I didn't mean to...
Run off and desert me. Well, you did. I could say that I've never been so insulted in my life, but then, of course, I remember the last time you stood me up.
Sam.
Excuse me, I have work to do.
Sam, I apologize. I was doing something
Go.
very important.
Beat it. Scram. Make yourself invisible. That should be very easy. You do it every time we go out.
Sam, I was doing something very important.
What? Gazing at the stars? Mooning over lost Rina?
Oh, so that's it.
Uh-huh. At Rina's wedding yesterday, when everyone got up and started to dance, I started feeling all dreamy and romantic. So I turned to my gallant escort and discovered that he'd already waltzed off.
I can explain.
Save your explanations for some other time. Do you know, I had to bum a ride from my brother. What is this?
Confidential, Sam.
Is that what they're calling it these days? Open that door.
Sam, I went with Ryan and Iris to see Alex Wheeler. I really am sorry for leaving you there by yourself. What was I supposed to say? Bye-bye, I've got to go see someone who's supposed to be dead, huh?
How about just bye-bye?
Sam, it was a secret meeting. We made a plan to flush Elliott Carrington out into the open. Don't you think that that's important enough to cover a little breach in etiquette?
Only if you tell me the plan.
You're really something. You surprised me.
Oh, come on.
I mean, you getting out of bed so early this morning. You know, I thought that maybe you had already taken me for granted.
Oh.
That you were thinking about fish or something.
Fish? Fish? You know what I had on my mind? I wasn't dressed for fishing, was I?
No.
No. No, I swear, really. I don't know what you think on Max, but I don't wear a towel when I go fishing. Now, if you want to, on the other hand, then this could be the most exciting fishing trip I ever been
Well,
on.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I was thinking about wearing something else.
What? That cluster of chicken feathers you came in with?
You think that I don't know how to go dressing when I'm fishing, don't you?
That's right. I don't think you had too much practice.
Well, you're wrong about that. Stryker and I used to go fishing all the time
Oh,
when
yeah?
I was
All the
growing up.
time?
As a matter of fact, I'll probably catch more fish than you two.
Oh, you will? Huh?
So there.
Oh, come on.
You just give me time, honey, to shower and to put my jeans on, and I'll show you Max Decker. Come on, honey. You're just going to sit there all day? You're going to get up? Listen, honey, since you've already showered, why don't you go ahead and start packing the car up, okay?
Will you look at that? That child hardly touched a thing. Now, he's going to be hungry before the first recess bell. Not to mention a waste of good food.
I'll talk to him, Kate.
Well, now, you include yourself in that lecture. You didn't eat any more than he did.
All right. Oh, Kate. Oh, your
that's
dishes.
all
I'm sorry. What did I do?
Jenny,
It's all over
Jenny,
the
it's
place.
nothing that can't be replaced. Now, sit down there.
Oh, Kate.
I'll take care of
I
this.
didn't mean to.
Nothing at all. Just a little broken glass. I'll mop it up, honey. Just take me a minute.
I can't seem to do anything right anymore.
Well, you do the best you can. Nobody can ask you to do any more than that.
Oh, no. Everybody wants more. Ryan, Barrett, even Steve. And I can't do it. I have no more to give. Otherwise, I'll hurt someone.
So instead, you just hurt yourself. Oh, Jenny. Honey, you gotta remember that you're somebody too.
I'm guilty.
Of what? Of letting yourself be a woman. of letting yourself be alive. For 5 years, Jenny, you've been a loving mother and a faithful wife. No, Jenny, you've got nothing to blame yourself for.
You don't know, Kate.
Haven't I been here watching you, close to you, year after year? Oh, Jenny. Jenny, honey, are you sick? What did Bart say when he examined you?
Oh, just that I've been under a lot of strain and I get upset over little things, that's all.
My. How medical science has advanced since my years.
Kate, I don't want to talk about this. Please.
Now, Jenny.
Please.
I'll get it. Hello? Oh, yes, Ryan. Well, I'll see. Jenny, it's Ryan Connor. Shall I ask him to leave a message or call back?
Hello, Ryan.
Jenny, is anything the matter? You feeling ill?
No, I'm all... it's nothing, really.
Well, you look so beautiful at Max and Rina's wedding, but, you look pale, too. I've been worrying about you.
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Ryan. I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine. I'm really all right. And I'd appreciate it if you don't call me again.
Look, I'm sorry, Jenny, but this isn't the only reason I'm calling. But if we could,
No, don't. What is it?
Okay, it's Barrett. I'm gonna need his help again.
Oh, no. You can't ask that. Not again, Ryan. Please leave him alone.
Jenny, look, I'd give anything if I could. Hey, this isn't easy for me either, you know? But we have one last chance to crack Carrington, and Barrett has to be involved. Now, look, would you ask him to come to my office?
I'll tell him that you called, but I oppose it. And if he comes, I want to be there, too.
No. Now, Jenny, I want him to be here alone.
Okay, lover boy. You want to be forgiven? Tell me the plan.
Sam, I can't. I promised. I just can't.
Uh-huh. You want an exclusive, is that it? Or is this some elaborate facade for your undercover work?
Sweetheart, you know I try to be as honest with you as much of the time as...
2 or 3 days a week. Look, when you're with me, period.
Well, I didn't go to be with another woman. I went to...
Yeah?
To do what I told you I was going to do.
You're gonna have to be a lot more convincing than that.
Oh. Now, thanks, Bo. George, I'll let you know when to take the next interview. It'll be confidential, silhouettes in a darkened room.
Sure, Mr. Carrington.
Okay.
Hi, Elliott. Out of a sick bed so soon?
Well, nothing keeps me down very long, Justin. Nice of you to ask. How about you, Sam? Are you here to inquire about my health, too?
Oh, Justin and I were just having a discussion, that's all.
Well, about football, or are you interested in hard news now?
Well,
Oh, we were just having a little semi-domestic discussion. Who's going to buy the steak for dinner tonight, that's all.
Well, I wouldn't want to interrupt such important decision-making, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, Elliott, I overheard your, about the confidential interview. Are you working on a hot story?
You might say that. I got a tip. An informant is willing to finger some major fraud in the oil industry. Domestic oil passed off as OPEC crude. It's millions of illegal dollars.
That's a hot story.
sure is.
As I've been with Ellis Bellman.
Uncle Stryker's brother? Well, is he your source?
Sam, what kind of a newsman would I be if I blabbed an informant's name all over the newsroom? No, Mr. Bellman has been filling me in on ways of faking government reports from the original seismographing to the final barrel count. He has nothing to do with the fraud.
Do you want me to get that?
Since you have so little to do, tell whoever it is I'm busy. I want to oversee the editing of this interview personally.
KVIK, Elliott Carrington's desk. Oh, hello, just a minute.
Once more, if you'll excuse me.
Elliott, it's Iris. Do you want me to tell her you're not here?
No, thank you, Sam. I'll talk to Iris. Yes, dear lady.
Come on, Sam, let's get some coffee. I still haven't talked you into who's buying the steak for dinner.
What?
Steak dinner, remember? Remind me never to take you on another undercover assignment.
Well, remind me to give you 40 better excuses than who's going to spring for dinner.
It was better than that blank stare you were giving Elliott, Sam. Sam, I'm supposed to be watching Elliott, checking on his reactions, not trying to find out the laundry number on his shirt collar.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Was this part of your big plan?
Yes, it was.
Yes, of course, Iris. I'm always happy to see you, but I already made arrangements for dinner tonight. Well, Dennis and I are meeting at the top of the World Club. Should I bring him along?
No, I'd rather you didn't. There's something I need to discuss with you.
Have you reconsidered the proposal I made in St. Croix? I still want you, Iris.
No, Elliott, that's not what I had in mind. It's something else.
Well, surely you can tell me, or am I to walk into this meeting blind?
Well, I don't know if I should talk about it on the phone. All right, if you must know, I'm very disturbed about your accusation.
My accusation?
Yes, the one about Barrett Marshall, that he betrayed you and the other prisoners in that horrible camp.
Well, it's true, Iris. What more can I say?
A great deal. Really, I don't want to talk about this on the phone, but we have to decide whether to tell Dennis. I mean, he's engaged to Barrett's sister. That's why I don't want him here when we talk.
All right, Iris. I'll call Dennis and tell him we'll have a late dinner. I'll be at the yacht?
Yes.
All right, after work, 7-ish?
That will be fine.
All right. Goodbye.
If that was supposed to shake him, it had about as much effect as a match on a glacier.
He's ice, all right. All the way to the core.
Barry, I just got a call. Do you think that you should be lifting those heavy bales?
It's kind of hard to feed the horses without hay. Promised Max I'd look after them. I keep my promises, Jenny, honey. You ought to know.
But you don't have your strength back yet.
I'm getting stronger every day. But it's as though I'm draining your strength to do it. You look pale. Weak.
Oh, I'm worried, that's all.
About what? Me?
About this mad scheme that you and Ryan Connor have. Do you realize that Elliott Carrington could be a dangerous man to bait?
Yes.
Don't you care?
In division headquarters, there was a sign on the wall. It said, unless you've almost died, you've never lived. Never thought it was true before. Not even in Cambodia, but...
You and Ryan are exactly alike.
Why did you bring Ryan into this?
He just called. He wants you to come to his office, and he doesn't want me to come with you. Whatever it is that you two are doing is very risky, isn't it, Barrett?
Yes. It involves some risk.
Well, you're both crazy. Barrett, how can you do this to me? You just came home. What if I lost you?
These are the specs on that microphone, Ryan?
That's right. Listen, I don't want anything bigger than a martini olive. Elliott's trained in eavesdropping gear. He'd spot a plant in a minute.
Okay, let's see, speaker wire. That's the works?
That's it. Now listen, I'm going to need this inside 2 hours, okay? I've got to take it out of the boat and install it.
Where'd you learn about all this stuff anyway?
Oh, the same place I learned not to ask embarrassing questions.
Oh, sorry, boss.
Say, listen, Terry, I would have normally had Rick handle this, but, well, since our little scare last night, I just don't want Alex left without cover for even an hour or two.
No, of course not. I mean, if there was a Prouder there, you... All right, Ryan. You know the secretary's creed. Ours is not to reason why. Ours is but to do or die.
Come on, you're not a secretary.
Errand girl?
No. You're a top executive assistant. You're Alex's good right arm. And mine, too. And besides, everybody knows who really runs World Oil, right?
Gee, I thought I kept that a secret.
Okay, now that I stroked your ego, would you mind getting that stuff for me? Oh, one more thing. I just want you to know that there's nobody I trust as much as I trust you. You got that?
Thank you, Ryan. You know, there's nothing I wouldn't do for Alex. Or you.
Get out of here, okay?
How can you say that? How could I possibly be happier without you?
Jenny, I lost a lot in that jungle, but I didn't lose my senses. How could I not notice when you shy away from my touch, when I look at you and see nothing in return, when my heart goes out to you and you're not there?
Well, you were so weak and fragile. I felt as if I couldn't touch you, that you didn't want me to.
Yes. When I first came back, yes. I felt like the world would shatter like crystal if I touched it. That you would fade like mist if I held you. But I'm stronger now. And I still can't reach you. Have I changed so very much, Jenny?
No, Barry, I changed. I tried to keep you in my heart. I told Steve stories about you. I went over and over all the hours we spent together. But little by little, the lines blurred and faded like an old picture.
And one day, you looked and saw what? A stranger?
Two strangers. You and the person I was.
It was 5 years, Jenny. Was that so very long?
It was when there's very little hope. All I had was a memory of you. I tried to wait. But there was so little hope. And then that report came. Elliott Carrington said he saw you die.
And you believed him.
He made me see it, Barrett. It was almost as if I was in that clearing. I saw you shot. I almost touched you when you died. It's the last hope I had.
And then what? You buried me?
I filed a certificate of presumed death. I didn't know what else to do. I was told that Kate would lose the ranch, that Steve wouldn't be able to inherit his share of Mike's estate. Don't you see? I had no choice.
And who gave you all this legal advice?
Ryan Connor.
And then what? You put up a monument in your heart? Barrett Marshall, beloved husband, beloved father.
Must you be so cruel?
Not cruel. Never that. I've seen cruelty. I have to be honest, Jenny. And I have to have that in return.
I accepted your death. I had no choice. If I wronged you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Get all of it, Jenny. nothing more to tell me. And I owe Carrington. For the men who died in Cambodia, for the crime he committed to cover their deaths. For the lies he told. The ones he used to kill me in your heart. I'll be with Ryan Connor.
Now we look at that. Ooh, what a picture. I told you were made for country life. You look lovely. You really do.
Yeah, I think I do too.
You look happy.
I think I look content. I've never felt happier in my life. I've never felt more full of hope. I mean that, darling. I think we're going to do it. We took one wild, crazy chance on each other, and I think we're really going to make it work.
Sure, we're going to make it work. You bet we're going to make it work. Ah! And when you match up a real Texas man with a real Texas woman, how can it fail?
Think I'm a Texan woman, huh?
Oh, honey, underneath all that city fluff, you are a fine lady. And I know that living out on the ranch and doing all that cooking and cleaning is going to be a big change for you. But you're going to get used to it in no time.
Yeah. I guess I will.
Gonna be something to see.
You know, if you do the same, I'm more than willing to meet you halfway in about most things.
I knew that when you decided to go on this fishing trip for a honeymoon.
That's different, all right.
You bet, different. I suppose you're gonna want one of those fancy, expensive places with a round bed and a pool in every room.
Max, I didn't know you knew about places like that.
Well, now, you see there? See, I'm not as naive as you think. Now, I know there's life outside the ranch. I just don't care for it, that's all. I choose a simple life. Just like you did when you married me.
Yeah, spending your honeymoon on the ground, that's pretty simple, Max.
Oh, come on now. It's not exactly on the ground. We got bedrolls and a big tent.
Oh, in January?
You see, now there you go. You know, it's actually April outside. It's nice and breezy and everything. That's the trouble with you city folk. You know, you go by what the calendar says instead of what you feel and what the animals tell you.
Well, honey, since we didn't bring any horses along to give us a weather report, how do you know we're not going to freeze out there tonight?
Well, I heard it on the radio when I was back in the car.
Some cowboy I have.
Now, come on now. We wasted half the morning now. Let's get going.
Wasted?
Well, not wasted. But we still got a couple 100 miles to drive and a tent to pitch and firewood to gather. So come on, let's go roll.
Bye, babe. I miss you.
Now, look, honey, you don't miss that bed that much. We don't have to go camping.
No, Max. Now, I promised I'd go with you on this trip. I'll sleep on that hard, cold ground. I promised you. But while we still do have the bed,
Why not waste the other half in the morning? Hey, where's the door? Come here.
I'm sorry, darling. I know how hard this must be.
No, you can't know, Alex. When Elliott came to the hospital, he was raving, almost insane.
Then I can't let you face him.
No, I don't mean he actually threatened me. It was just his attitude, his whole being, as though he were poised on the edge of madness, drunk with, I don't know, fear, hysteria, a twisted kind of love.
He seems to be getting worse by the minute.
Yes. We have to stop him. I only wish
What, darling?
that I didn't have these forebodings. Oh, Alex, this plan.
Darling, nothing is going to go wrong. We'll be listening every second. Every second. If Elliott makes the slightest hint of violence, then
You'll rush in, I know. But you're still thinking of Elliott as an ordinary man. If he feels threatened, he won't talk of violence. He's too smart for that. He'll lull you, make you feel secure. And then,
that's when we bring Barrett Marshall in. Now, Ryan says that Elliott can't face him. And he won't be able to accuse him falsely in person. He'll crack.
I don't know. What if it fails?
And it's our best shot.
You are so optimistic. I think that is one of the things I love most about you. The faith that you can move mountains and attain the unattainable.
But this is one mountain you don't think I can move, huh?
I think if this doesn't work, you'll be stalemated. But Elliott won't be. He tried to kill you once, and he could try again, and I will do anything to stop that from happening.
My, what a tiger I married.
Don't underestimate me, Alex.
I'd never do that. It's simply one of the myriad faces you've shown me. I'm amazed how someone so soft and so lovely can be so ferocious.
In defense of those I love, I can be.
And I'm glad I'm one of those you love.
You are, Alex. And you know how much. I'm just afraid that Elliott will turn this confrontation on you. That somehow he'll be able to reach you and hurt you again.
Every year, thousands of man-made explosions are used to explore for new reserves of that substance that makes the wheels of modern technology turn. Oil. The stakes are high. Great fortunes can be made or lost on the basis of a seismographic reading which indicates a new pool of oil hidden below the surface of the earth. This report will deal with a hitherto unknown fraud in a well-known local oil-producing company. one that is costing American consumers millions of dollars a year. But the story begins here, where a seismographing team drills through the unyielding rock, plants a powerful force of TNT like the one you see here wired to the surface, and makes contact at a set time.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
But the story begins here, where a seismographing team drills. This report will deal with a hitherto unknown fraud in a well-known local oil-producing company, one that is costing American consumers millions of dollars a year. But the story begins here, where a seismographing team drills through the unyielding rock, plants a powerful force of TNT like the one you see here wired to the surface, and makes contact at a set time.
Oh, Elliott, there you are. You wanted to see me? Sorry, odds and ends.
No, it's nothing important. It's just this report. I'm done with it now.
Oh, the oil fraud story, part one, seismographing. Sounds like a pretty explosive story to me.
Whenever I take a new assignment, I always try to understand it from beginning to end. It's just an old habit. And the oil business is Texas, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. And I see your point. Well, I don't even have to screen it. I know it's good.
Oh? You have second sight along with all your other gifts?
I've come to trust you, Elliott. You're the complete professional. When you set out to do something, you do it right.
I wish I deserved such commendation, but not always. I've left a few things undone.
Well, we all have ghosts.
What?
Things undone, things done badly. I suppose we all have to forgive ourselves, though, don't we? Well, I'm going for a late lunch this afternoon. Won't you join me? A lot of things I can learn from you, Elliott.
You think so?
I aim to be the complete professional, too.
That's kind of you, Justin, but I wouldn't want to intrude on the burgeoning relationship between you and Sam. Thank you.
Oh, no, I was thinking of this as kind of a working lunch. Sort of a morale check.
What?
Elliott, you haven't been yourself lately, you know. You've been, I don't know, nervous, edgy, out there alone somewhere. If you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean.
Well, come on. A little wine, a little company.
No. No, I work best out there. By myself. When it gets quiet and there's no one around. It's just another old habit. After all, isn't writing the sullen art?
Yeah. I understand. See you later.
Texas, starring Beverly McKenzie.
Here we go, folks. That big, strong man of yours can open up this beer for you, Lord.
Maggie? Maggie?
Honey,
Oh, May, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry. I
Catch
didn't
your
mean
breath
to.
before you
I
go
wouldn't
into
have
any
happened.
kind of long-winded explanation.
Well, it's that bus from the Aquarius apartment. I sat there fidgeting for 20 minutes before it finally came. And then they didn't have money.
Look, honey, it's been a real light lunch so far. I have taken care of everything myself, and I've even had time to sit over there at the bar and talk to Jeb.
Jeb?
You know, Jeb Hampton.
Came to see you. Well, me? What? Oh, I reckon it's about Elena.
Yeah, I reckon. Everybody's real worried about Elena.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, Maggie, I don't understand her. I don't understand her, and I don't think I'm ever going to. Here she's got the best family in the world. She can't even seem to get things together, you know?
There's a lot of that nowadays.
You know something? I was married at her age.
But, honey, you are a whole different kind.
Yeah.
You know, now that I think about it, I bet I was more like Elena than I was like you when I was young.
Oh, well, now, Maggie, you're just saying that.
No. I was wild as the West Texas wind. Oh, honey, I wanted to see the world, all of it, you know, from the top to the bottom. I was gonna hit New York and then bounce over to L.A., maybe have a year or two in New Orleans. And... Oh, Lord, you know, one time I was even trying to save enough money to get on the boat and go to Paris. And, well, here I am in Houston. That's how it is.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that was then. Now it's a little different. I got this feeling Elena is not gonna settle so close to the nest.
I got this feeling you're right. You know, Max really hit the ceiling. Do you know he just about called off his honeymoon on account of that girl?
No, he didn't, did he?
Yeah.
Well, didn't he know it's just a waste of time to deal with that girl? There's nothing you can do about her.
There's nothing nobody in the world can do about her, as far as I know. Certainly nothing Max can do about her, but Jeb stepped in to give us a little help.
Oh.
Yeah. Max would not go on his honeymoon until Jeb promised that he'd keep an eye on her, and he wants you to help him.
Me? Well, well, what can... I mean, I'd be glad to help Max and y'all doing anything I can, but, I mean, how can I help her?
Honey, why don't you go talk to Jeb about that, and I'll cover for you. Go on.
Well, but I better get...
Honey, listen now. Elena is a lot more important to me than making sure some customers get another glass of water every minute or two. Go on, you hear?
All right.
Wire. I need wire for the timer. Maintenance shop. Have some.
Sam, Of course, it's lunchtime. Well, I'll leave her a note. Oh, Elliott. Are you working through lunch, too?
I'm afraid so. So much news, so little time.
Elliott, you're a wonderful worker, and I do appreciate it, but please, don't overdo it.
Victoria Bellman preaching moderation in work. I don't believe it.
Well, it takes one to know one. No, but really, even after a week's vacation, you still seem...
Yeah?
Well, I don't know. Tight and tense.
Is it showing up in my work, Vicky?
No, of course not. No, you're the complete professional.
That's strange.
What?
That phrase. Justin said it.
Which?
The complete professional. It begins to sound like something you might put on my tombstone.
Oh, Elliott. I'm sure that's not the sense that Justin and I meant. It's quite a compliment.
It is. Yes.
Elliott, is anything troubling you? Is there anything I can help you with?
No, Vicky. Nothing you can help me with.
Elliott, you know I feel personally responsible for bringing you here to Houston.
Oh, it wasn't you, it was destiny.
It was foolish of me to suppose that anyone could keep Alex and Iris apart.
Yes, it was foolish for both of us to think that.
And wrong. You know, it took Alex's death to make me realize that I never really had any claim on him. And when Iris came back into his life, I should have just... I don't know.
They say love will find a way, but not always.
No, this was more than love. It was a kind of desperation. You see, I walked away from Stryker and Rina, and I said it was because of my career, and I believed it was because of Alex, but now I think it was neither.
Neither?
Mm-hmm. You know how sometimes you can feel that The world is contracting, getting smaller, closing in on you, and... Well, I think perhaps it was my way of escaping to something... Oh, I don't know. Silly. It was pure willfulness. I wanted what I wanted, and I wanted to hurt Iris and Alex, and... I'm glad you resisted me.
Resisted? Not really. What could I do? How could I contend with Alex Wheeler?
No, it's not so. You knew better. You knew it from the first. And you were wise enough to keep me from doing something that I might have regretted.
You don't regret, Rina?
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. It's an old song by Edith Piaf. I regret nothing. Popped into my mind somehow.
Well, at least I have less to regret than I might have.
Well, that's because of your own strength. I appreciate the credit, but I don't deserve it. I haven't acted out of wisdom for a very long time. Since I was dragged into that jungle, I've been moved by... What was your word? Desperation. That's it. The keen, shining edge of...
Elliott, are things still so difficult? Oh, dear, I'm clumsy. I hope I haven't broken anything.
No, I'm sure it's fine. It's my case, not Sam's. I think I'll go for that lunch.
Jeb? Hi, Maggie said you want to talk to me.
Yeah, hi, Nita. Yeah, I do want to talk to you.
Listen, I think it is awful decent that you're looking after Elena. It's kind of like tracking a hurricane, huh?
Yeah, well, I always do kind of bite off more than I can chew, but I mean, Max was going to give up his honeymoon.
I know. Maggie told me all about that.
Yeah, so I kind of volunteered, kind of. Can you believe it?
Well, sure, I can believe it. You are a lot like that sweet sister of yours. You are.
Yeah, well, if my father could hear you say that.
Well, anyway, you know, if anyone's gonna end up being hurt, it's Elena.
Yeah, well, she's kind of got us on the edge of our seats right now. It's like she's up there on one of those high wires, you know, and we're just waiting for her to fall off as she dances her way across.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess at 18, it's sort of easy to do that kind of balancing act. When you've never fallen. When you got all sorts of people around with nets just waiting to catch you if you should fall.
Hey, wasn't it that way for you?
Me? Oh, Lord, no. At that age, when I did any falling, just had to take care of myself. There are no nets. There's no place to go back to.
Well, listen, Elena's going to take that job at the chicken coop, the one that Billy Joe offered her.
Yeah, well, I guess there are no safety nets there, huh? Oh, I hoped y'all could talk some sense into her.
Well, we tried, all of us, Ricky and Max. I mean, as we've been talking to this bar.
You know, I thought that at least you could get through to her.
Well, I thought so too, but, well, it didn't work out that way, so you gotta stop talking, you gotta start doing, right? So I'm gonna play guitar with her over at that place.
You're gonna see it through with her?
No, not exactly. It's just I figured that it's better that I'm there than I'm not there, right? I mean, so I figure maybe after a couple of days or a week or something, she realized that that is not the life that she wants, and,
you know,
well, I can spare the time, you know?
You know, I think that's a good idea. I really do think that that is a good idea. At least with you around, she won't make any stupid mistakes.
Well, Nita, I'm glad that you think it's a good idea, but you see, I don't think that husband of yours is going to think it's such a hot idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
So look, what I want to do is I just want to go in there. I want to do the job and then just take a walk, keep it completely business. Because that's the way it should be, right? If this whole thing's on the level.
That's right, you're right.
Okay, then. So I'd appreciate it if you'd talk to Billy Joe about it. Just kind of let him know where it's at, all right? I mean, well, I've been through it with him already a few times, and I just want this whole thing to go down without any problems.
You want me to talk to Billy Joe?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be the easiest way. Otherwise, the other way, well, we have to go back to Fist City and...
No, wait a minute. No, I don't want that. Lord knows he's had enough trouble.
Yeah. Well, I don't want it either, so it's, this would be the best way. No problem.
Well, I'll try. That's all I can say. I'll try. Can't promise anything. You know, sometimes Billy Joe is, he's just Billy Joe, but I'll try. I'll give it my best try.
Oh, Maggie, anything will do, just so long as it's fast.
Now, you listen to me. This is not Gollywogs fried chicken. This is real gourmet Tex-Mex.
Oh, you know it, Maggie. Sam and I, we got to get back to the studio. At 6 o'clock, they turn on those cameras, and somebody better be in front of them.
Right. Never mess with the press. Okay, 2 specials coming up. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Maggie, something just came to me. This lunch could pay off.
Justin, I'm not going to have any football pools in here.
Maggie, I'm doing a story on Dennis's father, Elliott Carrington. You know, a correspondent returns from captivity.
You know, everybody I know is on television these days. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some autographed photos and put on the wall.
You know Elliott?
Oh, sure, he's a regular customer.
Well, do you think you could give me a little bit of a different kind of an angle on him? Something new, huh?
Oh, well, well, I don't know, Justin. See, I mean, he's over at the gallery with Dennis just about every day, and he eats lunch in here just about every day. But he kind of keeps to himself. I mean, he passes the time of day and all that, but that's about it. But he is a real kind and thoughtful man.
Oh.
You know, the night Max came running in here to tell us all about Alex Wheeler getting shot? Well, Elliott Carrington got right up and went over to the hospital to be with Dennis's mother.
Well, tell me something, Maggie. Did he seem surprised or upset or excited?
No, he didn't seem to be any of those things, really. Well, see, he's a very reserved person. He always keeps his emotions very much in control. In fact, you probably couldn't tell ever whether he was upset or not, you know. Except...
Go ahead, Maggie, tell us.
Well, you know, there was one time I did see him when he kind of lost control.
Lost control?
Mm-hmm. See, he and Dennis were sitting, I think, right at this very table, having dinner, and some of the boys were over by the jukebox, living it up a little bit, and they started singing The Eyes of Texas. Well, Justin, you never saw anything like it. He jumped up, started knocking chairs over like he had to get out of here, like he had to get away from that simple little song, or else he's just gonna go...
Crazy.
Yeah, that's the way he acted. Dennis said it had something to do with that prison camp he was in. But you know, you ought to be talking to Dennis instead of me now. He could probably tell you a whole lot more.
Well, thanks very much, Maggie. That's just what we'll do.
Hi, Dad. Dad? Dad?
Yes?
Is anything wrong?
No. Why should there be?
Well, it's just that you don't generally come by in the middle of the day like this.
No, but it was, I thought we might have some lunch.
Or did you forget we're supposed to have dinner tonight with Paige at the club?
Yes. Yes, I did forget.
Oh, what's the difference? There's no law that says we can't have lunch too, right?
No law.
Dad,
No law there at all. Even the laws of nature were twisted. We became beasts. Weak and strong. Brave and cowardly. But all beasts. Men make choices, but there. Animals don't make choices, do they, son? Animals are driven. They do what they're driven to do. We forgive animals, don't we? Who ever heard of a beast being damned no matter what he does? You forgive the poor beast, don't you, Dennis? You know, they drove me to it. You believe me.
Of course. Yeah, I believe you.
And you forgive? Remember, only a beast. Alone, terrified, facing horror. Forgive that you may be forgiven. If there's no forgiveness, we fall away into outer darkness forever.
Whatever it means. Whatever has to be forgiven, I forgive, Dad. But
then the beast is saved.
I guess I've been so wrapped up with my own affairs that I never realized how deep your wounds go.
Wounded? I wasn't wounded. Of them all, only I wasn't wounded. They died.
Dad, whether you admit it or not, they hurt you.
No.
No. Listen to me. Listen to me. For weeks, you've covered it up. But sometimes, like now, I can see that you need help.
Help? God knows we all need help.
Then you'll go for psychiatric care? Listen, Nita, I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, I haven't done anything yet, have I?
But you willing. That's something, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah, look, Elena and I are going to come to town tonight. We're going to try and get this job all figured out and everything.
Okay. Billy Joe's waiting for me at his apartment. We're gonna talk about it tonight.
Okay, good. Well, there shouldn't be any problem if he just wants her for her singing.
Yeah, that better be all he wants her for, you know?
Yeah, I do. I know what you mean. I guess we're allies.
Yeah, I guess so. Guess we both got a hold of people that are pretty hard to handle.
Well, that's for sure. I don't think I've ever met anybody harder to handle than Elena. Well, no. That's not true. There was one. Anyway, look, I hope she gets something out of this whole thing. I mean, she won't listen to anybody else.
You know, Elena is a pretty lucky girl.
Oh, yeah?
She's got you. I mean, sometimes I think about that world out there, you know, out on the streets. And everybody's hurrying around. They're rushing here and they're rushing there. They don't care about anybody but themselves. All they care about is getting ahead. That's why when somebody's got a friend like you, well, they're pretty lucky. Oh, wait a minute. I better help Maggie. We got ourselves a lunch crowd here. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Nita. Listen, could I have a couple of specials to go?
Well, sure, but didn't Dr. Walker call?
Well, he was supposed to, but we both got kind of busy, so.
Oh, well, I'll get them and I'll warm them up in the oven.
Great, thanks.
Don't doctors get lunch breaks?
I thought that you were back on the ranch.
Well, I was, but, you know, they let me out of there every once in a while. Good behavior.
Oh, I find that hard to believe.
You do, huh? Well, you gotta get used to this, because I'm gonna be here in town now, working.
Really?
Yes, yes I am. I don't know how real it is, but it's here.
Well, what are you going to be doing?
About the only thing that I can do that they pay for, and that's playing the guitar.
You're going to play again?
Yeah. Well, it's a limited engagement, you understand? It's over there at a place called the Chicken Coop.
Down Westheimer?
That's right. You heard of the place. It's all run down. Everything's going to be making coffins over there.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, well, it was kind of funny, wasn't it?
No, I don't mean funny, ha-ha. I mean, well, I thought you walked away from all that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something, Courtney. I'm tired of sponging off your grandmother and off of my sister. I got to make a buck, you know, and so I walked back to what I walked away from.
Courtney, honey, Nita said give this to you.
Okay.
Now, Jeb, what can I get you for lunch?
Oh, Maggie, I'm not hungry.
Oh, come on now. A young man your age is always hungry. You gotta let me do something. I mean, we're all so grateful for all the help you're giving us, riding herd on Elena. Now to go in that dump and play guitar just so you can keep an eye on her.
Yeah, well, listen, let me just take a rain check on that. You know, Elena's coming home from school, and I gotta get out to the ranch. Okay. So I'll see you guys.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Make a buck, huh? Elena's the real reason for your new career, isn't she?
Psychiatric care? You think I'm insane?
No, Dad, asking for help doesn't mean you're crazy. I mean, what if the wound had been physical? Would you hesitate or be embarrassed to go to a hospital to have it taken care of?
You don't understand, son.
No.
How could you?
No, I don't understand, and I can understand. But I can tell when somebody's in pain. Even if the pain is internal. Look, Dad, why don't we go see Bart Walker? I mean, he could recommend a specialist that you could talk to.
Are there specialists in betrayal? In murder?
There are doctors that understand.
Dennis. Elliott, hi. Didn't expect to see you here.
You followed me. Why? What do you want of me?
Elliott, we were just having lunch next door at Maggie's.
Just came by to say hi to Dennis.
You're lying. You're both lying. What is it? Why would you want to see Dennis? You want to tell him?
Nothing special. We were just in the neighborhood. Dennis is engaged to my sister.
For whom you have no use at all. What is it? Why won't you simply say it?
Elliott, please. It's
It's obvious you're both lying. Well, I won't have it. I'm not some arrogant beast to be trapped.
Dad? I don't understand.
Dennis, please don't worry about us. We understand.
Well, then you understand a lot more than I do. All I know is that Dad's been on the outskirts of hell. For days, he seemed fine. I mean, he'd go around for weeks and would... Now it's as if the pot has boiled over and spilled out.
This has happened before?
Yeah. Yeah, he even threatened Mom once. And once we were at the top of the World Club and Paige was telling us that Barrett came home. And he said he had to escape, that he had to get out of Houston, that he needed to escape. I mean, it was as if he was back there all over again.
And today?
Today, even before you got here, he was... he was going on about how even animals should be forgiven. I told him that he should talk to your brother.
My brother?
No, Sam's. I think he needs help. Even more now than when he first came home.
Well, you may be right. He seems to be much more strung out than when I first met him.
Well, listen, if he comes back to KVIK, you'll let me know. I mean, I've got to do something to get him psychiatric care before he goes off the edge.
I'm gonna have to talk to Maggie. This stuff's cold.
Oh, look, it's not her fault, so don't go blaming Maggie. It's my fault. I ran into Jeb Hampton, and I guess we got to talking.
Oh, your former patient, the one who...
Yeah, the one who decided to do just a little surgery on my life. That's the one.
I thought you had it in for him.
Oh, do I have it in for him? That arrogant
You
little...
still managed to find something to talk about? Or did you just stand there and dump on him?
No, I did not just stand there and dump on him. He was just telling me about his new job.
Oh?
Yeah, he got a job at that new place on Westheimer, the chicken coop or whatever. He's gonna be backing Elena Decker.
What do you mean?
Seems she's got a job singing there.
You're kidding.
Why would I kid you about a thing like that? Actually, she's pretty good. I think she started singing in the cradle.
Well, isn't she a little young to be working in a dump like that?
Have you been there?
No. But I heard about it from a guy who cleans up. You know, the old man with the back strain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Oh, he says it's pretty rough. I remember all the trouble she got in last summer when she was working right there under Maggie's eagle eye.
Well, hey, don't look at me like that. I totally agree with you. Look, she has dropped out of school. She has had a knockdown, drag-out fight with both Max and Ricky. But Bart, she's 18.
I see you don't approve of the chicken coop. Or don't you go for Jeb Hampton working with her?
You are a person with an overactive mind.
Hey, forget it. Next you'll be describing my eating habits.
The worst.
Sorry. Hey, why don't we talk about the weather?
Utterly unpleasant.
I get the picture. It's none of my business.
That's right.
But it is your business. And I don't think you're going to be able to handle it very well unless you face the fact that you've got feelings
Of course
for
I've got...
Jeb Hampton.
I just don't see what your interest is in all this.
You know something, Court?
What?
This stuff isn't half bad. Even cold. Enough loitering. I've got an afternoon that would fell an ox. Better get started. Hey, you've got a clear afternoon. Going home early?
Of course not. I hold up my end of things here. I've got some filing to do, and Maria will probably need some help with the billing. So you go out there and take care of those patients in the waiting room, and I'll keep the office fires burning.
What a trooper.
Yep.
Oh, I need one of those.
Okay, which one?
That's all right, I'll get it.
What's the matter with you?
I never could cover, especially with you. It's just a file that someone asked me that I keep confidential.
Confidential from me? That's ridiculous. I'm your associate. What if your patient needed to be treated and you weren't around?
Well, I don't think that'll be a problem, at least for a while.
Honey.
Oh, don't look at me like that, girl. I'm right here where you told me to stay. Ready and waiting.
Billy Joe,
I know why you're looking so... You missed out on your morning loving, huh? I know. Now listen, I know this double job here is going to give me a hunchback, but if you can get home on your lunch break every day...
I didn't go traipsing across town because I'm sex-starved. I came because everybody in the world is upset that Elena's working at that place, that chicken coop.
You come all the way from Maggie's to talk about that?
Well, I told you, nobody likes the idea.
Nobody except Elena, right?
Oh, come on.
Nita, she ain't even taken the job yet. She ain't been back since I dropped the word on her, and she might not be coming back at all.
Oh, she'll be back, all right. She wants that job. In fact, she's already dropped out of school, and she's told her folks she's going to move to town. I expect she'll be there tonight.
Gone all that far, huh? Man, she must really want them bright lights and applause. Well, it ain't no sweat. I'll keep an eye on her.
That is what I am afraid of.
Oh, Nita, come on.
Oh, don't awe Nita me. Last time you kept an eye out for her, she just got into trouble.
Well, that was then. This is now. I'm a new man. You know that.
Well, I hope that. And if it's true...
It's true, honey.
If it's true, then you won't mind if Jeb Hampton works with her. And you will also tell Bernie, you will speak to him and make sure it's okay that Jeb works with her, won't you?
Grandma Kate?
No, just me. Nobody found something to do with themselves but me.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I just came to say goodbye. Turned in my books today and told the principal I was done with him. Finished.
No, not finished. Quit. Dropped out.
Okay, quit. Sounds good to me. Anyway, I am on my way to Houston. The Big H.
How you getting there?
Working man's limousine. They call it the bus. And I'll be staying at Terry's till I can make some money.
Ah, I should have figured that you'd be staying at Terry's. You wouldn't try and pull that stuff on Maggie.
Well, I figured that Terry has a clearer memory of what it was like to want to get out of here.
Oh, yeah? Why don't we go find out?
You mean you'll drive me?
Yeah, why not? I was planning on going to town myself and staying there.
Why?
Well, I just don't think my #1 student should be without me. I think I should be there to back you.
Do you mean that?
Yeah, I do. That's if you want me.
If I want you, Jeb, you and me singing together is my idea of heaven.
Well, good. Then why don't we go over to that
Chicken coop.
Chicken coop and see if they'll hire me there.
Well, of course they will. We'll be a team and we'll knock them dead.
Bet we will.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Excuse me, just that. Excuse me, just had to connect this.
Now, what are you doing?
Making sure that nothing's left to chance.
What if Carrington doesn't face Iris when he talks to her? Say he turns out toward the sea.
Well, anything Elliott says anywhere on the fantail we'll be able to hear, so he can pace around all he wants. Now, this whole rig is government specifications. That means that Alex and Rick and I can hear every word that Elliott says, just in case.
In case?
Yeah, in case he goes off the deep end.
Alex, is all of this necessary?
I hope not.
Yes, it is.
Ryan's right, darling. We have to take every precaution possible. Carrington's dangerous. I hate to have you in the presence of a man who's capable of the things he's doing.
Well, I'll do whatever is necessary to protect you.
Just don't let Elliott's sophistication fool you, Iris. It's a mask and it's cracking. He's a desperate man, all right?
I know that, Ryan. He's not the man I knew, not anymore.
He was under a heavy load of stress and guilt before he ever came to Houston, and we've been adding to that load, so watch him very carefully. Don't take anything for granted, all right?
Now, if he acts irrational in any way, we have to know immediately so that we can...
Not we, Alex, not you. Let Ryan handle Elliott if he seems out of control. I don't want you involved in this in any way. Now, Ryan, will you please make sure of that?
Now, if you're in trouble, then...
Well, then Ricky and Ryan will take care of it. Darling, until there is enough evidence for the police to arrest Elliott, I don't want him to know you're alive.
Say, Rick, say something. I want to check out the pickup in here.
Okay, Starlight, Starbright, first star I've seen tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might.
Okay, that's fine. It's all set.
Have the wish I wish tonight.
Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
Hey there. You know, for a man who could have everything by just saying yes, you have the longest long face in the world.
I'm sorry, Paige. I've been worried.
I know. Always. Absolutely amazing, Dennis. I'm getting used to it. I'm glad you came early for our dinner date, darling. Gives us more time for, appetizers.
Has my father arrived yet?
Boy, I really must be losing my charm. You want to see your father rather than your fiancé? Darling, you hardly even kissed me. Dennis, you're not getting tired of me, are you?
Paige, it's nothing like that. I've been distracted, that's all.
That's all I can see.
It's my father. He's really acting strange. He's scared. No, not scared, terrified. Almost as if he were lost, with no hope of ever being found again.
Dennis, has he been drinking? You know, alcohol can make any man jump at his own
It's
shadow.
not that. It's not liquor.
You sure?
He came into the gallery today and... Well, I've never seen him so jumpy, so... haunted. And then he went into this forgiveness stuff, and I...
Forgiveness? What do you mean?
Well, that's just it. I couldn't make any sense out of it. I still can't make any. He kept begging me to forgive him for something.
Darling, you must have said what?
No. Nothing I could make sense out of.
What do you mean, just general absolution? Why, Dennis? I mean, he could go to a church and get that.
I don't know why. It was something tearing him up inside, something he must have been imagining. I think he was going to tell me what it was, but then Justin and Samantha Walker came in.
And?
Well, he got even stranger. I mean, he fell apart. Just seeing.
Well, they're not my favorite pair either, but I...
No. It wasn't anything like that. It was more like total paranoia. I mean, he started accusing them of following him there, and then he ran out. And I don't know where he went. He just took off, and he didn't call or come back or... And he didn't say where he was going or what he was going to do. You know, he shouldn't be out there. I mean, he's not the way he's feeling.
Darling, I can see how worried you are about him.
I wonder if I'm taking it all too seriously. I mean, maybe he was just having another flashback from his prison nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's fine now. But Paige, it's just I've been worried. He's been so erratic. You must have noticed. I mean, one minute he's normal, and then the next minute he's almost mentally
ill.
Yeah. No. I think that might be too strong.
Darling, I think we all act a little strange sometimes, even you, sweetheart.
Me?
Well, take your refusal to accept $200 million. I doubt that your occasionally erratic papa could top that one.
Oh, come on, Paige, that's something completely different. Really? I made a decision based on principle. And you might not understand that, but that does not mean I was acting irrationally. But my father... Well, you saw him New Year's Eve when you were talking about Barrett escaping and coming home. He didn't even want to stay till midnight. He just bolted out. Well, that's exactly what he did today. That's exactly that's what I've been talking about, Paige. And today was even worse. And I have no idea where it's all going to end up.
No Elliott, huh?
Nope, not a sign. Didn't even get back from lunch, apparently.
Well, actually, I'm not surprised. He was so upset when we were at the art gallery that I don't think he'd want to see us here. Justin, I think Dennis was right about Elliott needing psychiatric care. The sooner, the better.
Maybe I better call Ryan. Alert him as to Elliott's state of mind. He's supposed to show up for a meeting with Iris today on Alice Wheeler's yacht. Ryan Connor, please.
Connor here.
Ryan, Justin Marshall, I have some information for you.
Yeah, shoot. What is it?
Well, it's about, Elliott. He's acting a little weird.
How do you mean?
Well, he didn't even show up to work today. And, well, Sam and I, around lunchtime, were over at the Western Art Gallery. He saw us, and he kind of flipped his lid, went stomping around saying that, we were spying on him or something.
Yeah, well, what happened?
Well, Dennis says this isn't the first time this behavior has showed itself. Maggie kind of agrees with him. He kind of gets set off every time Cambodia or Barrett is mentioned.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
Well, Ryan, there is one thing. Maggie also mentioned that he kind of got really uptight when The Eyes of Texas was played on the jukebox. One day, the customers were sitting around singing, and...
The Eyes of Texas?
Yeah.
What do you think that means, huh?
Well, I don't know. Listen, Barrett is coming to the yacht today, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
Well, you could ask him about that song, will you? Barrett never was very musical, but he always managed to play a few tunes on the harmonica. One of his very favorites was The Eyes of Texas.
Right. Yeah, thanks, Justin. I'll ask him about it.
Ryan, you take care of Barrett, won't you?
Sure will. Look, don't worry about him. Now, it's almost time for he and Elliott to meet right now. I'll be here, okay?
Yeah. Thanks very much, Ryan.
Thank you, Justin.
Nine o'clock. That should leave plenty of time for our little chat and for me to get back to the top of the world before the world ends.
Hole in my shirt. Now, what kind of way is this for a hard-working businessman to go around, huh?
Don't
Nita,
go...
honey, when you get off work, could you stop off and give me a couple nice shirts at the shirt shop, huh?
Don't go changing the subject on me.
Matter of fact, could you, maybe get me some of them real nice red silk shirts? Not really bright red. I'm thinking maybe kind of wine-colored, you know?
Okay, I'll do what I can do. Now, are you gonna do what I asked you, or are you not?
No, I ain't.
What did you say?
Who do you think I am, Nita, huh? I can't go getting everybody and his brother-in-law a job up there. I gotta worry about my own job.
You got Elena a job.
That was one thing. It was different then, okay? Besides, I'm not even sure I can swing that for her. It's up to her, I mean, if she can please the customers or not. It was different. Besides, I figure I owe her, and she's always been a real friendly kid.
Yeah, she's friendly, all right, to you. She's too friendly, if you ask me.
Oh, come on, Nita, you ain't gonna go starting up on that again, now, are you?
All I'm saying is if you got Elena a job, you can get her friend Jeb Hampton a job, okay?
That Hampton's bad news, Nita. He's nothing but a hothead. I can get them pickers a dime a dozen. He's trouble, Nita. You want me to put my job on the line, bringing trouble in on the chicken coop? I mean, I gotta work there too, you know. Now, how can I stand it? He's gonna be there causing me trouble, starting fights and stuff like that?
When he stepped in between you and me when you were gonna hit me, is that what you mean by causing trouble,
I wasn't gonna hit you. But yeah, sure, he come in meddling like that, just like he's doing with Elena right now, meddling her career, and he's trying to make trouble for me. He's out to get me, Nita, and he don't like me any more than I like him.
Well, I didn't mean that you're supposed to like each other.
Well, I don't want him there, all right? Besides, I mean, if he's such a big shot, he ain't. That's why he's holding so tight to Elena's skirt all the time. He can't make it on his own.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm not gonna believe that. I mean, Jeb Hampton used to play in New York City, Billy Joe.
They got losers everywhere.
Losers do not cut records. You heard him playing behind Elena. He's got class, Billy Joe, and you know it.
Class? As far as I can see, he flunked out.
You want to know what I'm thinking? You want to know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that the reason you won't talk to Bernie about hiring Jeb is because you want Elena. You want Elena to be there all by herself.
That's right, so what?
Well, what do you mean, so what? So what? You know what kind of trouble that's going to mean.
No, I don't mean nothing like that. Honey, all it means is that she gets pried loose of that loser's clutches, that's all. I mean, if he's such a big shot, what's he playing out here in the boonies for?
I don't... I mean, if you want that little girl to be there by herself, that means you have not changed. And it means that you and I mean, this marriage just has no future.
Oh, no, Nita. don't mean that at all. Come on. We got the brightest, the biggest future there is. I told you, honey, I just don't want to bring trouble back into my life. And that Jeb Hampton's trouble. Can't you see that, honey? Well, come on, Nita.
Billy Joe, just don't try to put anything over on me, okay?
Okay.
So you're gonna do it?
You know, this don't make a fair test of me being a reformed man. I just want you to know that. You got no right trying to make this a test. Why don't you give me something easier, like trying to jump over the moon or something?
Oh, don't go pretending like what I'm doing is hard for you. I mean, you're good friends with Bernie. You just go up to him and you ask him and he says yes.
There's something you don't know, though. Bernie ain't the real boss up there. He's just the front man for some dude with the bucks.
Oh, really?
Swear and hope to die. And it might be I can't do it even if I tried to.
But if you try, I mean, if you give it your good, honest effort, if you really try to get Jeb hired, well, then I guess I can't rightly blame you for not trying.
You mean even if I can't swing it? Because I might not be able to.
But you gotta try, Billy Joe. You gotta try like you really mean it.
Oh, I will, honey. I will, really. I gotta get off to work now, okay?
Billy Joe. I mean to check and make sure you do try.
Yeah, okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Iris, my dear lady. So good to see you framed against this lovely evening. The confinement of a hospital room didn't suit you at all.
No, it didn't.
But here, the sea, the Gulf breeze, and you, the most sparkling jewel in the night sky.
Elliott, that sounds like one of the poems you used to send me in Saint-Tropez.
So many years ago. Yes. You see, I haven't lost all my poetry. The years haven't worn me away completely. And you, they've only made you more radiant.
Thank you, Elliott. That's very sweet.
And I won't go on like a moonstruck boy. It's just that, well, I couldn't help it. I suppose I'm simply relieved and happy to see you here where you belong, surrounded by your own people.
My people? What do you mean?
Well, nothing really. Well, I couldn't help but notice the young man who showed me aboard was Alex's former bodyguard.
You knew Ricky was Alex's bodyguard?
Well, yes, certainly. Yes, I recall meeting him at Dennis's birthday party. You remember, don't you?
I remember, yes. I just find it remarkable that you would remember who Alex's security man was, since you had no reason to, did you?
Well, that's hardly remarkable. I am a veteran investigative reporter. I note people's faces and roles by habit.
I doubt Ricky was ever introduced as Alex's bodyguard.
But it wasn't necessary. I've spent a lifetime reading people's faces, ferreting out their secrets, their intentions.
Oh, well, that makes sense, of course.
Iris, you'd be surprised what and whom I know.
Would you care for some tea?
Yes, please.
You picking him up all right? Yeah, but it sounds like Elliott's alluded to you. We probably should have had the regular steward meet him.
It's my fault. I sent the crew away because I didn't want them mixed up in all this.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how things would go.
Elliott, you look so worn. Are you sure you're getting enough rest and eating properly?
I'm just working too hard. You look pensive yourself, my dear. Damn. I hate having Iris exposed to all this.
Come on, it couldn't be helped. You know that. She's the only one who stands a chance of forcing Elliott to confront Barrett.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to be here any minute now. I guess I better go out and wait for him.
Yeah, go do that.
And now, while I enjoy your company immensely, there was a point to my visit, wasn't there? And it wasn't the state of my health.
In a way, it was.
I'm touched. But, you said you wanted to discuss the
I believe the term is betrayal of the escape from the Cambodian prison where I was held.
I would like to talk about that, yes. Are you up to it?
For you, I'll make the effort, but no, I don't like to be reminded of the experience. Perhaps one day everyone will simply let me forget. I'm sure Dante wanted to forget the Inferno.
Of course, I understand. I only ask because, well, with Dennis about to marry into the Marshall family, your charges against Barrett concerned me.
I told you I was willing to forget what Marshall did. He's the one who has to live with this crime.
I find it so hard to believe that he's that sort of man. Perhaps there was some misunderstanding.
As I'm sure he wishes it was so. But believe me, Iris, there was a betrayal. And Barrett Marshall...
Barrett Marshall is here, Mrs. Wheeler.
What? Oh, man. It's too early for deliveries. Yeah, I hear you. Wait. We don't open till 10. That's 10 p.m.
It's Elena Decker, Mr. Stokes.
Mr. Stokes.
I'm here to see about that singing job you offered me.
Elena Decker, Elena. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Hold your horses, sugar. I'm getting decent in here. I'll be right with you. You wouldn't want me to come to the door indecent now, would you? So, if you can sing half as good as you knock, you're going to go a long, long way. Hi. He your bodyguard?
He thinks he is. You remember Jeff Hampton, Mr. Stokes?
Make it Bernie, would you, honey? I feel old enough as it is.
Bernie, Jeb played for me when I auditioned here.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Jeb. Oh, hiya, Bernie. So, you come early to practice or just get better acquainted?
Well, Jeb plays the guitar. He's been practicing with me, so I thought that maybe he could play for me when I sing here.
Oh. Just what I needed, another mouth to feed.
Well, it would really help me out. He's really good. He has a few records out.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This isn't the way I figured it at all. You see, I got me a regular kicker of a band, and they're real solid and everything, and all I was thinking is that they need a pretty little female vocalist up there with them, you know. Give our customers something to look at. Just put that spotlight right on you know?
Hey, Bernie, you looking for a singer? You looking for something else?
Yeah, well, I just don't think this boy'd appeal to our customers very much, that's all.
But I don't know about that, Bernie boy. I mean, you gotta be fair, don't you?
Oh, step on up, Brother Billy. You think the coop could use this dude backing up the little lady?
Might would.
Well, yeah, I reckon he's a pretty fair picker and all, but, wouldn't he be like looking in a mirror for some of our regulars?
Well, the look ain't right, I gotta give you that. I mean, them ranch hand duds just don't cut it. But,
Are you sure you want to get mixed up with Abbott and Costello?
I mean, what I was thinking there, Bernie, I mean, we could do them up a little, you know? Maybe get them some satin pants and maybe a sequin shirt and some feathers, you know? I mean, something for everybody. And I think once we get it duded up, I think he might really look interesting to some of the kinds of guys who come in here.
Oh, you're a dog. All right, that's it.
No,
I don't...
Jeb, don't spoil it, Jeb.
Elliott Carrington.
I thought you dead, Marshal.
I thought I was dead. So did the guards who left me laying there. The guards you sold us all to. Elliott Carrington. To save your own life. To be free. Are you free, Carrington?
Amazing. Now I understand. This is what you heard. No wonder the pensiveness, Iris. And no wonder you wanted to get to the truth of the matter. You thought I... Well, Major Marshal, it seems only you and I know the truth of the matter. Who is the betrayed and who the betrayer? One man's word against another, and you've had your say, haven't you? I'm curious. Exactly what story have you told this lady?
I haven't...
Well, I have. So suppose you do. Do tell us your story, Major. Well, come, Major Marshal. What is your version of that terrible night?
We planned... All of us, we all planned the break. We had everything ready. Everything was right. It was a dark moon.
The men followed you, didn't they?
I was the leader. We all knew the plan. But once we got outside the wire, in that clear space, it was like midday. Flares everywhere. The whole sky lit up. They were shooting from all around us. Machine guns around the whole perimeter of the clearing. Behind us, too. Shooting from everywhere. I was hit. Hit. Again. Down. Face in the mud.
You were shot all right, but not by the guards. You were on their side, after all. You were shot by one of your own men for betraying us all.
Everyone. Shot. Killed. They all died. And I was the leader. I was responsible.
This isn't going well, Ryan. It's all wrong. Carrington's manipulating Barrett by using a sense of responsibility against him.
So Barrett killed guilty somehow of leading his men into a trap set by Elliott, right?
I've got to get out there. Put a stop to this now.
Hey, Alex.
That's your boy. Do got a temper, don't he? Look, man, all I'm trying to do is fix it so you can work here. All I'm trying to do is tell you what you got to do to appeal to our audience.
Well, maybe your audience would like to see a boxing match between a guitar player and a clown.
Man, don't you know when somebody's trying to do you a favor, huh?
Come over here, bozo.
No,
come on.
Well, I'll tell you, Bernie, I was willing to give this turkey a chance, but have you ever seen a temper so mean before in your whole life?
Yeah, man, wait a minute. I sure don't need any fighting in here. Somebody gets hurt bad and it's bye-bye liquor license. Besides which, the boss likes to have ladies coming, and you know, and one thing the ladies do not like to see is that old rough stuff. Scares them.
Well, wait, Jeb doesn't want to fight. He just wants to play the guitar.
Yeah, well. You ain't a bad-looking kid, Jeb. I guess maybe in the right outfit you'd do okay.
Well, thank you, Bernie. Let me tell you something. I'm not wearing any kind of sequence or any kind of stuff like that. You
Too
understand?
bad. Looks like you walk, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk right over your face.
Come on, man. Come on, right now.
Hey, now, hold on. Just everybody Somebody give me a break, huh? I just woke up. I can't take all this bad temper. If you two want to fight, I could care less. But I want a blood oath that you do it outside the coop. And I'm talking to you too, Billy Joe.
Please, Mr. Stokes. Bernie, Jeb's got to work here. Please, I don't think I could do it without him.
No, Billy Joe, I don't see any need to upset this girl. Let's let her have her way, and no sequins either. Shoot, my boss is a movie producer. He must have 2 roomfuls of sexy costumes. I'll have him send over some outfits for both of you, and you can pick out what you want to wear. That be okay?
Does that mean that we're in? Jeb too?
Why not? You can start tonight.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
We'll consider tonight a free demonstration. If they don't boo you off the stage, then I'll hire you for a week and see if you can keep the regulars happy.
We will. We will, won't we? Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, I think we've gotten the truth of the matter now, don't you? Major Marshall's reaction proves the terrible burden of guilt he carries.
What it means, Carrington, is that you're clever enough and ruthless enough to pull the strings of a good man's guilt over losing a man who depended on his leadership.
Well, what have we here? A miracle. The king isn't dead. He lives, he breathes, he eavesdrops. What are you up to, Wheeler, trying to pull my strings? Well, you can't. I don't dance to your tune. Maybe these sycophants do, but I don't.
It's my fault. My fault.
Alex, why did you do that? Now he knows he'll hurt you.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing matters more.
What I mean is he already knew.
He knew, but how?
I was sure you noticed. He wasn't surprised at seeing me, not in the least. It was as though he expected to see me. When I came out, I thought he would be so disturbed that he would be shaken from the truth. But he knew. Somehow, he knew.
Waiting for a hot tip?
Oh, no, I'm just waiting.
For anyone I know?
No, not even for anything you know.
Well, we don't get that many mysteries in sports, but it is getting late.
Yeah.
In case you missed it, my dear, that was a hint. Of course, I was just thinking of picking up some takeout food, Chinese maybe. Then going home and, you know, relaxing.
Enjoy your dinner, Sam.
Uh-huh. Justin, that was an invitation. I thought you might like to have dinner with me. I have one of these at home.
Sam, I can't leave right now. Something is wrong. And it's bugging me.
Well, what? Surely you have some idea.
Well, I'm trying to find out. It's something very, very small is trying to find its way into my consciousness.
Justin, this isn't like you.
Something from this morning.
This morning? Okay, let's reconstruct it.
All right.
What did you do this morning? Who did you talk to?
Let me see.
I remember Elliott came in with his oil story.
Right.
Then Iris called. She wanted him to visit her at the yacht.
Right, yes.
Right? Then Elliott left. He took his oil story down to be edited for broadcast.
Right. It's all very routine.
Yeah?
Then you went back into the office, right?
Well, I can't hang around serious reporters all day.
Yeah. Well, then I got busy. I had an interview with the fire chief, and then I asked Elliott if he wanted to go to lunch. That's it. That's it. The lunch.
Lunch? I know. You're hungry, and your subconscious is trying to tell you to go get something to eat. Is it saying Chinese?
No.
No?
No, Sam, the lunch. It was at that time that I asked him to go to lunch, and he told me that he wanted me to see a tape of his assignment. I said that I didn't have to screen it, but I want to screen it right now.
Well, for heaven's sakes, why? It's almost 9 o'clock. Somewhere out there, our dinner is going to get cold.
Sam, this is very important.
Seismographing. So,
seismographing is dynamite charges to record earth tremors.
to see if there's oil there. So?
Let's see what Elliott can tell us.
Oil fraud, part 1, seismographing. Every year, thousands of man-made explosions are used to explore for new reserves of that substance that makes the wheels of modern technology turn. Oil. The stakes are high. Great fortunes can be made or lost on the basis of a seismographic reading which indicates a new pool of oil hidden below the surface of the earth. This report will deal with a hitherto unknown fraud in a well-known local oil-producing company, one that is costing American consumers millions of dollars a year. But the story begins here, where a seismographing team drills through the unyielding rock, plants a powerful force of TNT like the one you see here wired to the surface, and makes contact at a set time.
Sam, charges that Elliott was holding in his hands to demonstrate.
Good TV technique, show and tell.
Dynamite.
Justin, you don't think that he brought some back here with him, do you?
I didn't see any in his briefcase, but if he did...
Connor here.
Ryan. All right, good. I was worried.
Oh, hey, Justin. Look, everything's fine here. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you sooner, but, well, we've been trying to sort out what we got on our hands now, and well, I just didn't want to worry you, okay?
Sort out? You mean you didn't get Elliott to confess? You didn't get the evidence that you needed?
No, but, well, we sure had one hell of a confrontation. Barrett's, he's fine. He's just a little shock. And Elliott left, so no one's in any danger here, all right?
Good.
No, not very. We fired all the big guns in our arsenal, and, well, every shot missed. Now, Elliott didn't let anything solid slip by. He just walked right through our trap, and, well, we didn't touch him.
Oh, hi, Elliott.
I'm late. I'm really sorry. Time just... Well, I should have called.
You feeling better now, Dad?
Oh, yes, certainly. Just a bit harried from the traffic, that's all. Oh, I haven't gotten reacclimated to that yet, I'm afraid. See, I went to visit your mother on the yacht. She asked me to meet her, which I regretfully neglected to tell you.
Well, that's all right. How's Mom?
Your mother? Oh, she's fine. Excellent spirits. The drive back just took longer than I expected, though. It's incredible.
What?
Oh, the traffic. Even this late.
Well, don't worry about it, Dad. Sit down, join us for a drink. I mean, we don't mind waiting.
No, of course. With Dennis, time flies. Come join us.
Yes, yes, a drink, perhaps. It's amazing the way that people drive here.
Hey, Dad, I know you were upset at Western Art today. I mean, I know how it gets to you. But, I mean, you seem fine now. I've forgotten all about it.
I more than you, it seems. That attack of conscience had quite slipped my mind. Conscience, it's something like malaria. In and out, it keeps coming back no matter what you do. Like a ghost.
Well, don't worry about it, Dad. Come on, sit down, join us for a drink.
Like a whole camp full of ghosts. The dead, the undead, the soon-to-be dead.
Ryan, have you thought? Maybe you didn't surprise Elliott because he was already onto your planning. Maybe he planned a counteroffensive.
Ryan, this is very important. Did you happen to see whether Elliott was carrying his briefcase when he came on board?
Come, you two waited long enough. Let's have dinner. I'm famished myself.
Well, I can imagine, late as it is.
Yes, it's late. It's quite late.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
I don't believe it. What's this gal do anyway?
She was convicted of murdering a man.
Oh. Now you guys show up. I don't believe it. What's this gal do anyway?
She was convicted of murdering a man.
Oh, I don't believe that. She didn't look like she could murder anyone.
Well, she did.
Well, why didn't she run away then, instead of wasting time looking for this friend of hers?
She'll never find him, because he's the man she murdered. Look, we don't have a lot of time. I'm with the FBI. So is my partner here.
FBI?
Right. So if you have any information on this subject, or the two men who are following her, we'd appreciate your cooperation.
There was a young guy here with an older man. Maybe it was his father.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah. Well, you hear that train whistle blowing? They're on it, heading up to Red River. Or maybe Lenore.
Hey, Ewing. The man says we just missed both Frame and Corey.
Yeah? Yeah, they've headed for Red River. You wouldn't have run into them by any chance now, would you?
Well, listen, maybe you guys could catch up with them if you took the highway.
Yeah?
Yeah, you see, the train makes a water stop about 7 or 8 miles down the road. I'm sure they'd let you on board if you told me you were the FBI.
You mean we could outrun the train?
Oh, yeah, the train goes pretty slow around here. You could beat it easy. She doesn't get up enough steam until she's out in open country.
All right, that's what we'll do then. Ewing, you go back and get the car.
Right. Hey, thanks for all your help. I want to take out a minute and call home.
Yeah, be my guest. I've got to make a phone call, too.
I think he must have seen Corey and Frame. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't doubt if he gave him a head start.
Yeah, neither would I.
I don't think we can prove it, though.
No, we can't. But when I talk to Colton on the phone, I can advise him of the situation. Zachary Colton, please. Yes, it's Eastlake. Thanks.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Colton?
Yeah.
Eastlake here.
Yeah. Anything to report?
Yeah. I just might have something for you.
Hello?
Hi, honey.
Hi, Larry. I'm so happy to hear from you. I really miss you.
Yeah, me too. Listen, I don't have too much time to talk.
Where are you?
I'm in a little town called Green Gables, but we won't be here long. We're going to be pulling out soon.
Are you all right?
Yeah, honey.
Are you sure?
I just hate doing what I'm doing, tracking down Mac and Jamie like they're a couple of common criminals.
I know, honey, but try not to feel so bad. I know Mac and Jamie must know that you don't have any choice.
Yeah, but see, I did have a choice. I could have told Colton no, but I didn't.
Honey, you tried to get off this case before, and Colton wouldn't let you. I mean, what good would it do? You'd probably just lose your job.
Listen, has Ada heard from Rachel?
No. I mean, no one has, as far as I know.
I still can't believe that she went off like that. That just doesn't sound like Rachel.
The only thing that I can figure is that she must be sure that Mitch is alive and that she can find him.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, listen, hon, like I said, I don't have too much time to talk. I just want to call and check, make sure you and Corey are okay.
We're fine. I don't want you to worry about us.
You know, I can't help it. That's what husbands are for, aren't they?
I can think of lots of things husbands are for besides worrying.
Oh, you do make it tough on a guy being away from home.
That's good. That's what I want to do. It's working.
What?
I want you to miss me desperately.
I do.
Well, then you just do what you have to and get here as soon as you can. Oh, someone's knocking, honey.
Okay, listen, then, I gotta run, too. I'll call you first chance I get.
Well, you better.
I will.
Okay, darling. You take care now. I love you.
I love you, too. Goodbye.
Bye. I'm coming. Hey, Lee, you're back.
Oh, for better, for worse.
Wow, from the looks of you, it must be worse. What happened? You look like you've been through a snowstorm.
No, I haven't been through any snowstorm. But I sure did leave a storm in Wisconsin.
Hello?
Tracy.
Oh, hi.
Hi. You getting